Happiness is a complex and multifaceted concept that has been the subject of intense study by sociologists and other social scientists. Despite its subjective nature, there are various indicators of happiness, including income, personal spending, and welfare that people receive. In this video, I will be discussing the top 10 happiest countries in the world based on these indicators. Number 10. Austria. A nation recognized for its stunning natural scenery and remarkable artistic heritage, as well as an exceptional standard of living and impressive economy, is currently ranked 10th in the latest World Happiness Report due to the 7,213 points awarded by its citizens. Family plays a significant role in their happiness, as they relish weekends spent together partaking in outdoor pursuits. Austrians exhibit benevolence and amiability, enjoy a simple lifestyle, and are known for their traditional and deferential attitude. Good social relationships with neighbors depend on collaboration and reverence for customary practices, such as the Grand Salzburg Festival and the unique yodeling style. During the summertime, Austrians proudly wear their vivid traditional clothing known as Chocht and Dirndl, which is the favored season for Arnold Schwarzenegger to revisit his homeland. Ranking at number 9. New Zealand is a captivating country that is also home to some of the most popular movie landscapes. Its inhabitants enjoy stunning beaches and mountains, which are some of the many reasons why this country is remarkable. Additionally, New Zealand has been at the forefront of transforming policies by being the first to establish a well-being budget that emphasizes people's quality of life, social equity, and accessibility to health and housing. This means that social support is considered one of the primary factors in New Zealanders' happiness, as evidenced by their 7,257 points on the Happiness Report. New Zealanders' friendliness, solidarity, and openness to multiculturalism are a reflection of their happiness. Tourists have frequently mentioned feeling welcomed by the Kiwis, as they call themselves. If you decide to visit New Zealand, you should not miss the charming Hubbington, where you will feel part of the adventure of the ring. Number 8. Norway. Norway, ranked 8th in the Happiness Report, is a country with stunning lakes and mountains, providing a wealth of natural resources such as oil and natural gas. However, Norwegians' happiness lies in living in one of the safest countries with one of the world's lowest crime rates. According to The Economist, it's the most democratic and peaceful country globally. Interestingly, the only reason for the population to own weapons is for self-defense against the rare polar bear attack. If you plan on moving to Norway, the 7,290 points granted by its inhabitants in the Happiness Report should convince you. Alternatively, you can experience a glimpse of their happiness by visiting on Norwegian Constitution Day. You will be greeted with children's parades, marching bands, local choirs, and, above all, a plethora of ice cream and hot dogs. Number 7. Germany. Germany, the 7th happiest country in the world, is well known for its annual Oktoberfest in Munich, which is the best time to visit. Germans are famous for their excellent beer and soccer skills. Germans seem to have become happier over the years, with 9 out of 10 Germans answering positively to the statement. In general, I consider myself a happy person in a recent survey. The country's happiness is attributed to family, financial security, and social stability. Germans also place a high value on love and the ability to control how they spend their time. The Germans' positive mood may also be due to their government's response to the pandemic, which was well received by the people. Germany earned 7,312 happiness points in the Happiness Report. If you want to experience some German enthusiasm, visit during the Bundesliga season, which runs from August to May. Number 6. Sweden. In this country, affluence has had a direct impact on the happiness of the population. It's not difficult to understand why this translates into better benefits for the Swedes, who enjoy free school tuition, free daycare, and housing allowance if rent is too expensive. Additionally, there's great job security, as it's almost impossible to get fired in Sweden unless the employer has a solid reason. This gives Swedes peace of mind and a sense of security. However, one of the most important keys to living happily in Sweden is a philosophy of balance called lagom, which means modesty or balance. Swedes strive for balance in work, social, and family life. Unlike in some other countries, people in Sweden don't work endless hours of overtime. In fact, working overtime would only result in higher taxes for the worker and employer. It's easy to see why Swedes are so happy when they prioritize balance in their lives. Sweden has 7,314 points in happiness. Number 5. The Netherlands. The Netherlands is a country full of color, coffee, and the birthplace of artists such as Vincent van Gogh. According to The Economist, the first key to happiness for the Dutch people is the fact that half the population works part-time, as they don't need much more to live comfortably. This leads to another reason that contributes significantly to happiness. Citizens can spend more time having fun with friends, enjoying the nightlife, and doing physical activity at least 4 days a week. Believe it or not, there are more bikes than people in this country. Celebrations are an important part of Dutch culture as well. Have you heard of Orange Fever? The whole country is dressed in this color on every festivity, when they support their teams, or during the King's Day or birthday. The satisfaction of Dutch people grants the country 7,504 points in happiness. Number 4. Switzerland. This is the wealthiest nation in the top ranking, with an impressive GDP per capita of no less than $75,880. Apart from its high GDP, its citizens are content, thanks to its renowned chocolates and cheese. While the Swiss consume up to 26 pounds of chocolate per person per year, their satisfaction goes beyond that. Apparently, the Swiss have a high level of contentment owing to their system of direct democracy, where all voices count. Citizens can even decide whether to install a new traffic light or not. The Swiss also have the lowest unemployment rate, the highest minimum wages in the world, and the lowest obesity rates in Europe, as they are quite active. Let's not forget their robust sense of community and national pride that earned them 7,508 points in happiness. All of this is set against the backdrop of idyllic landscapes, picturesque villages, stunning lakes, and the awe-inspiring Swiss Alps. Number 3. Denmark. Here life feels sweet and warm, like their famous butter cookies. There's a reason why Denmark scored 7,515 points in the Happiness Report. The secret may lie in their philosophy of life, hygge. To understand this peculiar word, imagine sitting in front of a fireplace on a cold night, wearing a cozy sweater, while sipping a sweet wine alone or in company. It's like enjoying the cozy ambience. According to a recent study by the Happiness Research Institute, Denmark's happiness is also due to its great trust in the government, economic security, and work-life balance. Danes have a high sense of responsibility and community spirit, pay some of the highest taxes in the world, and, believe it or not, say they are happy to pay them. That translates into healthcare coverage, subsidies to cover the cost of college students, pensions, and home care for the elderly. Perhaps you should take a different look at your taxes to increase your level of happiness. Number 2. Iceland. Here, they are true workaholics, and it seems that this is precisely the source of their happiness. In Iceland, they spend many hours working, and it's even normal for Icelanders to have more than one job, even if they don't need it financially. When they aren't working, they have a great time mountain climbing, hiking, and skiing. Staying busy and active is the key. Although winters are long in Iceland, Icelanders remain cheerful and optimistic. That optimism rubs off and makes foreigners report the same levels of happiness as native Icelanders, scoring 7,575 points on the happiness report. In Iceland, food brings people together. During harsh winters, Icelanders gather for a grand feast called the Orabloat, which includes great national delicacies, such as sour ram's testicles, sheep's heads, and their famous fermented shark. Yum, delicious! If you want to eat like a true Viking, prepare your stomach and visit Iceland in January or February. Number 1. Finland. Ironically, if you prefer the nostalgic winter weather, you are in the happiest country in the world. Finland, with 7,890 points in happiness, provides its citizens with social support, free education up to college, and its primary education is considered the best in the world. Additionally, this country has the 4th lowest poverty rate on the planet, and, best of all, Christmas is celebrated many times here. That's right, Pikujulu, which means Little Christmas, is a series of celebrations before December 25th. Friends, co-workers, and neighbors gather to eat Christmas cakes, gingerbread cookies, rice pudding, sing Christmas carols with great joy and lots of wine. Finally, to convince you of what a great time you can have there are ski.